Starter has a clear track. Raging Prospect to load, then that will be it. Raging Prospect in, field in line. This is the 51st running of the Prime Minister's Stakes. Michael Sims looks them over. They're all set. They're off for the Prime Minister's Stakes. Time for Arms, Classy Prospect. They break on the far side. Reasonable Press moving in between horses. Raging Prospect is the one toward the outside who will now lead them past us for the first time. Track closely behind the green silks, Classy Prospect. Commanding Chief bounces easy in third. Reasonable Press kept off those fractions on the rail. Joined up by Typewriter and Time for Arms just at the back. They're in a pack as they leave the mile pole and run the clubhouse turn. Classy Prospect the leader by a length. Reasonable Press moving down to chase. Toward the outside, Commanding Chief is right there. Raging Prospect tucked in between them as they're about to leave the 7 and take to the back stretch. Typewriter nosing in front of Time for Arms. Possibly 5.5 lengths separates the 6 runners over on the back stretch and making their way now toward the 6. And Classy Prospect attempts to go all the way. Commanding Chief steered down into second right there at his girth strap. Reasonable Press running fluently against the rail. Raging Prospect toward his outside. 3 wide, that's Typewriter in the green and black. And a Time for Arms adjust the trailer as they've left the 5, and Classy Prospect continues to hold the advantage up front. Commanding Chief right there. Reasonable Press running close enough against the rail. Typewriter has snuck upon them toward the extreme outside, and now Classy Prospect is caught up by Typewriter as they run toward the 7/16th marker. These two nose to nose. Commanding Chief off the bit and going in chase, some 3 lengths back, also being driven Reasonable Press. Raging Prospect gaining on that group of horses, and forget Time for Arms, but they're at the 5/16th, and the war up front continues. Classy Prospect full of grit and determination. Typewriter on the outside trying to get him. Toward the outside, that's Commanding Chief. Left out of it, Raging Prospect and a Reasonable Press, but Classy Prospect gets a crack of the left-hand stick. Commanding Chief now asked to leap at him. A furlong to run. Classy Prospect. Commanding Chief needs to make up a length. Raging Prospect running the race of his life. Reasonable Press in behind them down the stretch. Classy Prospect for the far side. Here now is a Raging Prospect trying to close up. It's close between Classy Prospect, Raging Prospect, then Commanding Chief, Reasonable Press. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of the 51st running of the Prime Minister's Stakes, number 2, Classy Prospect. A 6-year-old dark bay gelding by St. Appeal, Good Prospect by Texas Prospector. Bred Francis Barnett, Edison Chai and Louis Lynn, also the owners. Train Wind Acosta, the rider, Dane Nelson. Second, 6, Raging Prospect. Third, 4, Commanding Chief. Fourth, 3, Reasonable Press. Running time, 2,000 meters, 2 minutes 7. Making the presentation is the Honorable Colin Fagan, MP and Minister of State in the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development. He makes it to Llewellyn and Edison Chai, who along with Francis Barnett are the owners of the winner, Classy Prospect. Result now official. First two, Classy Prospect, $250 to win. Second